Right guys, so let's have a sit down on our heels. I put toes together, knees wide, sinking hips onto the heels. Just stretch the arms forward and relax them down. Relax your head down as well. So drawing in long breaths in through the nose, out through the nose if you can, while sinking the hips onto the heels, opening the groin, opening the inner thighs. Try and relax the shoulders and the arms down for now, but you might already feel the nice stretch in the shoulders. We won't be here for long. Just a few longer breaths. And then whilst we are still here, I'm going to come onto the fingertips. Fingertips are wider than the mat. Straight arms and just rocking my shoulders side to side. Bit of clicking there as well, just preparing the shoulder joint. Lengthening the shoulders, the chest. Feeling that the armpits are dropping to the mat. Just a couple more, one more each way. And let's come on to all four straight away, stacking shoulders and hips. And then starting with those wrists, let's prepare them so we can do a little bit of hand balancing. Spread those fingertips, make sure the middle finger is pointing forwards. And then circles to the front a few times. Keep pushing your weight further and further forwards if you can. And we'll move on to the cat-cow. And if you feel a bit braver on the wrists, I'm going to turn the fingertips backwards straight away. You might want to go a little bit slower with that. And once you're comfortable with it, start your cat and cow pose by looking up at the ceiling, breathing in and breathing out as you're rounding your back. So I'm at the same time stretching the forearms. If that's very uncomfortable, maybe try the fingertips pointing outwards. That's already a different angle. Carry on with the cat and cow. Try and link it with your breath. And again, see where the wrists want to be. So I want to force, well, not really force, just put a bit of stretch into the forearms. If you can, keep a slight bend in the elbows so they are not locked out. And you feel plenty of stretching in the forearms. And I'm making this the last one. And then turning the fingertips to the front, reaching to the front of the mat, tucking the toes, and find your first downward dog straight away, pushing your hips in the air. And then pedaling the heels to start lengthening the calves and the hamstrings. Still thinking about those long breaths, in through the nose, out through the nose if you can. Keeping the arms straight, elbows are pointing to the mat. And dropping the shoulder blades towards the lower back. And then see if you want to push your hips side to side as well. And you might feel a bit of stretch down your sides, your lats, your obliques. If you want to take it further, you can always drop the heels over to one side, bend the knees and let the knees point the other way. And then back to center, big breath in and maybe drop the other way. I know some of us don't like that. So if it's just a little movement side to side in the hips, that is absolutely fine. As long as you make sure you're still dropping the sternum to the mat. So there is still all that strength, lengthening in the shoulders. And then come back to center, find a downward dog for a few more breaths. I'm still bending the knees and trying to push the tailbone to the ceiling. And then drop the knees down. Push forward, shoulders are going above the wrists. Untuck the toes, and for the first one, on the shoulders away from the ears, elbows pointing back, and I'm sinking all the way down onto the mat. Once you're there, arms by your side, palms are pointing down. I'm pressing the feet into the mat and just switch on the back muscles. I'm lifting the shoulders, squeezing shoulder blades, trying to reach the fingertips towards the toes. If you need to clench your bum cheeks to protect your back, please do, and just hold it here. And I'm going to lower the chest down, and we do a few more lifts here. Breathe in as you lift the shoulders, squeeze the shoulder blades together, keep the feet down, and breathe out as you come down. Just a few more here, switching on back muscles, breathing in as you lift. Once you know what you're doing, keep the neck long. So look at your mat, do another 3. Breathe in, try and squeeze the shoulder blades. Keep your lower back long, breathe out as you come down. If you breathe straight in your arms, you're going to start feeling the back of your arms as well, your triceps. And then the last one. Come on and try and hold it in the air. Maybe clench your bum and lift the legs off as well. So you're doing a full back extension, but I'm still pushing the tailbone to the heels. And then bring the feet down, bring the hands under the shoulders. Straight spine as you push up. I'm going to sit back into child's pose first, tucking the toes. And then find your downward dog again. Bit of paddling if you need it, long breaths. And then slowly walk to the front of the mat, but into a wide stance, sitting into a yogic squat straight away. So the heels are a bit closer, toes are pointing outwards and sitting down slowly. Pressing the elbows into the knees straight away. And then opening the groin, opening the inner thighs, maybe looking forwards. Maybe pressing the knuckle into the hand if it's there. And however high you are or low you are, make sure your back is straight. Just look forward, take a few breaths here. And we'll turn it into more dynamic, stretching the inner thighs, hamstrings. I've got fingertips down. I'm turning the feet parallel but wider than my mat. Bum up. And just stretching into the hamstrings gently. Breathe in as you look forwards, turn the heels inwards again and sit back down into that yogic squat. And straight away press the elbows into the knees. Try not to rush that. Make sure that every time you come back here, maybe press the elbows into the knees a bit harder. And then go back into that forward. Heels are coming out, feet parallel. And then breathing into that forward, breathing out as you try and stretch forwards. Breathe in as you look forwards. Let's sit back down into that yogic squat one last time. Keep opening the hips, keep looking forwards. And then one more time, forward again. The feet are still parallel when you come back here. And then heel to the feet in, about hip distance. And let's do 3 halfway lifts. I'm putting the hands on the shins, bending the knees. Long spine as you breathe in and look forwards. Breathe out, stretch down, and start really lengthening those hamstrings. Generous bending the knees to protect your back. Twice more. Breathe in and lift, long spine. Breathe out as you bend forward, stretching hamstrings. And then one more time. Straight away, round your back, bend the knees, and come up slowly. On the top, reach up, squeeze the bum, and start bending backwards just from the top of your shoulders. So slide back, bend here as you breathe in, breathe out, hands to heart center. And again, breathe in. Again, I'm trying to lean back from the top of the shoulders, so I'm feeling the back muscles working. Breathe out, hands to heart center. And then one more time, breathe in. And breathe out, come down. I'm going to sit down onto my heels. You might need to lift your heels. Start sitting down. I'm keeping the heels down as long as I can. And for the first one, if you want, fingertips down, lift the heels. Sit your bum down and just roll onto your bum. Once you're there, arms to the front. Sit up straight, scoop the tummy. And let me see that board pull straight away, lifting the legs. 1, 2. Heels, toes together, and just hold it here. Lovely. If it's there already, you can straighten your legs. Make sure you scoop the tummy even more, and you bring your belly button into your lower back. Good. Lovely. Let's bring the lower back down only. So slowly lower the upper back, the lower back onto the mat, but keeping the shoulder blades off of the mat. And you're feeling that dish hold position. Hold it here for 3 long breaths. If you want to lift the biceps to the ears, please do. But I'm still keeping those shoulder blades off of the mat, and I'm feeling that the lower back is touching down only. One more breath here. My stomach is shaking. Bring the arms down by your side and lift up into your high boat again. Bend the knees if you need to. So I'm still feeling that work in the core. And bend the knees, lean forward, straighten your legs. Bit of stretching the hamstrings. If you've got a strap or a towel, you can put them around the legs. And then start a little bit lighter. Reach up, breathe in, breathe out, start reaching forwards. Grab that now if you've got it, and pull. Don't worry if you don't have it, just grab the back of your thighs. Start stretching into the hamstrings. We'll need that today. And then reach behind you, hands down by your side. I've got fingertips pointing outwards to start with. I'm pressing the heels into the mat. I'm scooping the tummy, lifting the bum up, opening the chest, and I'm pushing the pubic bone to the ceiling. So this is your reverse plank. Don't worry, we're going to do a few more of these. You haven't missed anything. Bum down, reach up, and I can see that some of you have the strap. Breathe in, and then reach forwards again. Grab the strap now, take it a little bit further, but try and keep your back fairly straight. So the fold is happening from the hips, not the lower back. If you need to bend your knees, please do. Make sure you can feel it in the hamstrings. Let's go back into your reverse plank. Hands down. I'm going to turn the fingertips towards the heels this time. Pressing heels in, pubic bone going up, scooping tummy. So I'm feeling the hamstrings and the glutes working. Hold it here for 3, 2, and 1. Heel down. Sorry, bum down. Reach up, and let's stretch the hamstrings again. I'm pointing the toes up, and then reaching further if you can. Feel that you go a little bit further every time. So those hamstrings are lengthening. So the theory here is that you're working the hamstrings in your reverse plank, and then straight away you're stretching them. So you should be able to take them a bit further. I'm going to do one more. I'll reach back. I've got the fingertips towards the heels again. Lift the bum. Feel that you're squeezing the bum cheeks on the top. Open the chest. Drop the head back if it's there. So you're looking at the ceiling. Otherwise, look towards your toes if your neck doesn't like it. And hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Bum down. Reach up. Big breath in again. And let's take that hamstring stretch further. Let's hold it a little bit longer. Again, any discomfort in your lower back, you might need to bend your knees. Lengthen the spine. And watching that the fold is happening from the hips, not from the lower back. Hold it here for another breath. And then put the hands behind you again, fingertips pointing forwards. I'm coming into tabletop, bending the knees. So we're going to practice your L sit. Lifting your bum up, taking a big breath in. Breathe out, either just lower your bum down and maybe lift the legs. And then come back into the tabletop position, or try and pull your bum through this time. And then keep it off that mat. Bring it back into your tabletop. Big breath in. Breathe out, pull through. If your bum comes through, let's see if you can lift those heels. Heels down, lift your bum into your tabletop. Big breath in. And then round your back again. I'm scooping the tummy, so I'm not touching the floor that much with my bum. And then once the bum is behind your forearm level, maybe lift the legs. Let's try that one more time. Breathing in. I'm shaking while I'm doing that. It's work on the arms. I'm feeling it in the core now. And then maybe hold it here. It might be just one leg at the time. For 3, 2, maybe change the leg. And 1, pull through again. Going back into the tabletop. And then drop down the bum. This time, roll back onto your back. And then tug the knee in. You might want to rock your back out. You rest here for a sec and think about something. I'm going to try and roll into a pistol position. I start with the left leg straight, and you really need to tuck your right heel into your bum. Some of you can do pistol squats, so it won't be a problem. Let's assume you're struggling with the first one. Sorry about that. You roll up onto the right heel, help yourself up onto the whole foot, or lift that right heel off. Roll back, and try again. You might be able to rock onto the whole foot. You might need to hold onto the left foot to help you up. You might need the hands in front of you. Just try it a few times, just to see if you have the mobility in that right calf and the right heel. Try and find your balance. If nothing else, support yourself around your bum, in front of you, behind you. That's the one. And if you fancy standing up, please do. If you've got that pistol squat, by all means, the momentum is going to help you up. And then try and stand back, but please be careful. You're not that warm. And then try that one more time. And then change over. Next time you're on your back, change over. I've got right leg straight. And then starting on the left heel. So start a little bit slower. Just have a little play around with it. See if you can get the mobility. See if you need to reach towards the toes, which I don't particularly like because I always feel that my hamstrings, my hip flexors in the straight leg don't strengthen as they should. But by all means, that will help you stand up nice. And you will also feel the difference between the two legs. Lovely, guys. Let's try one more. By all means, again, stand up. Some of you are already doing it. And then roll back on your back. And this time, open the legs and try and sit up into your yogic squat. Again, you've got hands behind you is absolutely fine. And come back where you started. Look forwards, push into the knees. Guys, everyone okay? Just a quick thumbs up. Yeah. Fingertips down, bum up, heel to the feet, hip distance. Give me a halfway lift, hands on your shins, breathe in, breathe out, forward, forward. And then round your back. Come up slowly, breathing on the top, a slight back bend, and breathe out, hands to heart center. And then bring the hands down, turn the palms forwards. Roll the shoulders back, and we're gonna start your flow. Breathe in as you reach up into your stalk. Right knee lifts. Fingertips up to the ceiling and just hold your balance. A few breaths here, finding your focus point. Bring your right heel across your left thigh, flex that right foot first and sitting into your pigeon, standing pigeon, bring the hands down to heart center. Breathe and see how far you can sit down without hurting the left knee. For now, I'm keeping the back fairly straight and just sinking down. If you feel you're there already, maybe hinge forwards from the hips and think about triceps to the shin. Or you might be able to reach down with the fingertips straight away. Otherwise, stay upright. Hold it for one more breath. And come back into your stalk. Breathe in, reach up, and if you want to, extend that right leg. Push that right heel back, warrior three. Arms are coming down by my side, lifting right heel nice and high. Now this one is about your back chain. So again, you're squeezing the shoulder blades. You're squeezing your right glute to lift that leg nice and high. Breathe. Maybe straighten your left leg if you can, but keep those hips, shoulders level. If you can, interlace the fingers above your hips and give your chest a little stretch at the same time. You might be able to lift the hands off of the hips, but keep pointing your heart, your chest forwards. Slow step back into your long lunge position. So I'm landing the right heel. I'm double checking that the left knee is above the left ankle. Reach up into your crescent lunge. Take a big breath in here. And then pivot the back heel down, warrior two. Sitting nice and low, I'm opening the hips. Left fingertips are pointing forwards. Roll the shoulders back and sink nice and deep into that front knee. 3 leg extensions. Breathe in as you extend that front knee. Touch the fingertips together. Breathe out, sink it back down. Breathe in, touch the fingertips, extend the front knee. Sit down nice and low. And then one more time. And let's sit a little bit lower. Make sure the right toes are pointing out to your right. And the crown of your head is above the tailbone. Flip the left palm, reverse the warrior. Big breath in and hold. Keep breathing in and out. Reach the left fingertips to the ceiling and sink into that front knee even more. Side angle, another big breath in as you reach further up. And then left elbow on the left knee. Reaching the right fingertips above the ears. Reach the fingertips towards the front of the mat. I'm sinking into that front knee. Right rib cage, right shoulder, and the right hip is turning up to the ceiling. If you're ready, you can always reach the left fingertips on the inside of the left foot. But keep that reach on the top. The right hand goes down, lifting the right heel, lifting the left hand, reaching up to the ceiling into your easy twist. Back leg straight, sinking the hip down again. Lovely. So I've got right hand down, right leg in the back, and the left leg is bent in the front. Putting left hand on the outside of the left foot, and push your left leg up nice and high into your three-legged dog. Lift it up and hold. My left leg straight, my hips are square. I'm pushing chest through and holding that three-legged dog position. Bring the the left knee to the chest. Ripple forwards into your plank position. Keeping the left foot off as much as you can. Tap the left knee onto the mat under your chest. Breathe in. And then try and tap the knee to your chest as you breathe out. Let's do another 4. Breathe in as you tap and bring it close to the chest as you breathe out. Shoulders are staying above the wrist. I've got 2 more. One more time. Hold it here. And then push back into your three-legged dog. Push that left leg high. On the top, open by bending the left knee and point that knee up to the ceiling. If you can, maybe lower your right heel. So you've got more of a stretch going through your right heel, calf and hamstrings. Arms are straight. Now straighten your left leg. Level your hips. Take a big breath in and now push your left knee past your left shoulder on the outside. Look at it and push it as far as you can. Hold it here, lots of core. You can squeeze that knee onto the elbow if you want. And then push back into your three-legged dog. Take a big breath in. As you breathe out, step down into your downward dog and find that stretch. We're just going to flush it out. On your next inhale, go into your plank position. As you exhale, release it down onto the mat. Or stay straight into your cobra upward dog as you flip the feet over. Breathe in as you open the front of the body. And breathe out, find your downward dog. One more breath here. Think about coming to the front of the mat. You can step if you want. If you choose to jump, think about kicking your heel to your bum. So I'm looking forwards. I'm bending the knees, lifting the heel, and I'm trying to kick the heel to the bum before I land. Once you're there, bring those feet nice and wide and sit down into the yogic squat again. Pushing the knees into the elbows, look forwards and hold it here. Take it as your little rest, but you might as well stretch while you're here. Lift the chest and then think about walking the fingertips to one side, keeping the elbow on the inside of the knee. If you can, lift the other elbow and then try and point the fingertips up to the ceiling. So you've got a twist in the back. However far you manage to get, try and lift the spine really tall and push into both knees, push them outwards, use the glutes. And then come back to center. By all means, just push into the palm one more time. Lift the chest and then go the other way around. Fingertips out. I'm starting with the shoulders, but that knee that I'm leaving is still pushing out using the glute muscles. And then start reaching up. Once you're there, lift the spine a bit taller. So you're stretching the inner thighs, you're strengthening the glutes, and you're twisting the spine at the same time. And then come down slowly, one more push into those knees. And then hands down in front of you, and have a go with your crow if you want to just slide those triceps on the inside of your knees. And by all means, round your back. And just for a couple of breaths, maybe go into your hand balance. Or maybe stay with your inner thigh stretch. Have a little play. That's the one. And then come back into your inner thigh stretch. Beautiful, guys. Once you're down, hands down, bum up. Heel to the feet about hip distance. Give me a halfway lift in the front. Breathe in. Breathe out, stretch into the hamstrings, and then round your back and come back straight away. Take a big breath on the top. Hands to heart center as you breathe out, and then bring the arms down, and we still have the other side to do. Roll the shoulders back. Lift the left knee, stalk. Find a balance, fingertips are pointing up to the ceiling. On the top of your shoulders, feel that you're opening the shoulders. Draw the belly button into your lower back. Flex that left foot if you haven't done it yet. Standing pigeon, left heel comes onto the right thigh. Sitting nice and low, hands to heart center. I'm keeping the straight spine for now, but when you're ready, maybe hinge. Maybe triceps onto the top of the shins. Maybe touch down with the fingertips. Or just stay up with me. And hold it for 3, 2, 1. Come back into your stalk. Left knee lifts up. And maybe extend that left knee if it's there. Push into your warrior 3. Push that left heel back, arms by your side. I'm bending the knee for now, just to find the balance. But level the hips. Lift that left knee high. Feel the left glute, hamstrings and the back muscles working. I'm still sucking belly button into the lower back. Maybe straighten your right knee if it's there. Find that focus point, your drishti. Squeeze shoulder blades. Feel the whole back chain working. Maybe interlace the fingers if it's there. And then open the chest a bit further than before. Stepping it back into your high lunge. Slow it down to strengthen the front leg. Once you're there, just double check front knees above the front ankle. Open your heart up. And then take a big breath in as you release the hands up. Crescent lunge. Pivot the back heel down, warrior 2. Open the chest, sink down. I've got right leg in the front, left leg in the back, and I'm looking over my right fingertips. Tuck the tailbone under, and then make sure the crown of your head is above the tailbone. Leg extensions on the right leg. Breathe in, reach up, breathe out, sit down nice and low. Keep it upright instead of reaching forwards. Twice more. Breathe in. So the crown of your head is staying above the tailbone. Keep sinking lower and lower. One more time. Sit it a little bit lower if you can. Keep checking that front knee that is not going over the front toes. Flip the right palm. Breathe into your reverse warrior and hold it here. Keep breathing. Feel that stretch down your right side. Keep bending your right knee. Another big breath in as you reach further up. And then elbow underneath for a side angle. Or if you're ready, right fingertips are going on the inside of the right foot. Reach the left bicep over the ear. Double check the left shoulder, the rib, and the hips. They're all pivoting up to the ceiling. And keep bending the right knee. Circle the left hand down flat, lift the left heel, right arm goes up, easy twist. So you're twisting the spine the other way. You're still bending that right knee. I know there's still a lot of weight on that right knee, on the right thigh. And then right hand down. Lift the right leg, three-legged dog. Push it behind you. Bring the right knee to the chest. Hold it there, and we're going to tap the knee down 5 times. Breathe in as you tap. Bring it up, breathe out. The higher you lift it, the more you round your back, the stronger you're going to get in the core. Keep pressing the heels of your hands into the mat. I've got one more. Hold it here for a split second. And then push back into three-legged dog. Open on the top. Bend that right knee. Maybe lower your left heel to the mat, or as close as you can. Pressing chest through. The arms are still straight, whilst you're trying to lift and open your right hip. Straighten your right leg and square your hips. Big breath in. Now bring the right knee on the outside of the right shoulder and push it as far as you can. Hold it here, look at it. By all means, you can rest that inside of the thigh on your tricep. Push back into your three-legged dog. Big breath in. And then step down, find your downward dog. We're just gonna flush it out here. Breathe in as you ripple forwards, plank position. Breathe out, lower down, make sure the shoulders are away from the ears. Flip the feet. Breathe into your cobra or upward dog and into your downward dog. While you're finding your breath, think about getting to the front of the mat. Again, think about kicking your heel to the bum. That helps you with your handstands. So look forwards, push the bum above the hips. Sorry, bum above the head if you can. Try and kick it and land softly. Once you're there, sit down into your yogic squat. Bit of stretch here. And you can have a go with your crow into your headstand. If you know it together already, you might want to scooch back a bit. And you can go into your crow. And please land very softly. If you're thinking about going into your headstand, make sure you come back to the same position. Otherwise, if you're not quite sure about putting it together, go onto your knees. Find that tripod position, hands down, spreading fingertips. And make sure you've got that lovely tripod position. Head down. And then lifting up and having a little play around with your headstand. However that is for you. Otherwise, if you're putting it together, try your best to land the knees back onto your... Shall I do it? Sorry. Sorry, guys. If you've got the crow, then you have to make sure you land on your head very softly. Use your core and triceps to find that headstand. And you try your best. And for me, that's the hard part. To come back, bring the inside of my knees onto the triceps and trying to find that position where I hover again. And then get back into your yogic squats once you've done that already. Lovely. Once you're there, hands down, bum up. Heel to the feet about hip distance. Hands on your shins. Take a big breath in. Breathe out, forward, forward. Bit of stretching the hamstrings. Hold it here for a couple of breaths. Bend the knees as much as you need to make sure it doesn't hurt your back. You actually feel the lengthening in the hamstrings. And then round your back, bend the knees and come all the way up. Take a big breath in on the top. Breathe out, hands to heart center. Open the arms again and then come to the front of the mat if you're not there already. I'm going to go through your flow again. And we put a pistol squat in there. I'm sorry, just have a go. Just have a go, see what happens. Feet hip distance, roll the shoulders back, palms out pointing forwards. Right knee lifts, stalk. Breathe in. Straight into your standing pigeon. Right heel comes across your left thigh. Sit down. See how far you want to take it again. Maybe take it further. See if you can this time touch down the fingertips. Maybe the whole hand. See how far it takes you. And hold it here for 3, 2, there you go. And 1. Come up really slowly, back into your stalk. And this time I'm keeping the hands by the heart. And I think about that pistol squat if you want to have a go with it. You can always touch the toes down. You can always do a little half squat. Try and straighten that right leg. See how far you want to sit down. You might want the hands down behind you and then sit down into your pistol squat. And you might want to come up with 2 legs. So by all means, just tug that foot under and come up on 2 legs. And let's meet us in your staff pose. Once you're there, reach the arms up. Well done, guys. Thank you. Push back into your warrior 3. You're familiar with the rest. Lift that right heel. Feel the back chain. Interlace the fingers in the back. Open the chest if it's there. If you can point your heart forwards, lift the hands off of your chest. Your hips, I mean. Hold it here for 1 more breath. Step into your long lunge. Now really slow it down. I know that left thigh is aching already. Sink it into your long lunge and then reach up into your crescent lunge. Big breath in here. Open warrior 2. You know that now. Sink down nice and deep. Flip the front palm, reverse it straight away. Side angle, elbow on the knee or reach the fingertips down. Right bicep to the ear, reach over. Now guys, I'm going to give you a little option here. Make sure you're pivoting that shoulder up to the ceiling already. You might want to look first. I'm going to sink the shoulder, reach under my hamstring, and I reach the right arm behind me. And I try and find the bind somewhere, anywhere, and then pivot that right shoulder up. If that's not quite there, just hold that elbow on the knee and try and put the right hand on the top of the left thigh. Just sink down and pivot the shoulder up. See where that is for you. Bend the left knee a little bit further down, so a bit more burn in that thigh. Lovely. And then once you're ready, release the bind, release the arm up, release the left fingers down, and then right hand down, lift the back heel. Easy twist. Left fingertips are going up, right hand down. I know the left leg is burning. Option here, if you want a quick quad stretch, pop down the back knee. You can drop out on the outside edge of your left foot and then reach back for that the foot for a quad stretch. And then maybe bring the heel down. See where you are. See where you can feel the stretch. Hold it here for 3. Keep dropping the hip low. 2. And 1. Release it off, back into your easy twist. Left hand on the outside of the left foot. Push the left leg back, 3-legged dog. Big breath in. Now I'm going to walk the hands a tiny little bit closer to that right foot. So my 3-legged dog is shorter than usual. Just a little bit shorter. Your right knee is going to come on the outside of the right shoulder. Sorry, that's your left knee. It's going to come on the outside of the left shoulder. Push it as far as you can. Let's go for it. Push it forwards. And when you feel it's quite far ahead, bend the elbows. See if you can dip the head forwards and maybe try and take that back leg off for a sec. Just for a sec. All the weight is going into my wrist. And then push back up and push that left leg up. Lovely, guys. We're going to have another go with that if you want. Step down that left foot. Let's flush it out. Push forwards, plank position, big breath in. Breathe out, sink down. Breathe in, push forwards, cobra, upward dog. And final downward dog. Step or jump forwards, kick your heels to your bum. Wide stance straight away into your yogic squat. Just for a split second. And then hands down. Bum up. Heel to the feet, hip distance. Hands on your shins. Halfway lift, big breath in. Breathe out, hamstring stretch. Forward, forward. Round your back and come up. We still have the other side to do. Breathe in on the top. Breathe out, hands to heart center. Release the hands down, palms are pointing forward. Roll the shoulders back. Find your breath. Left knee lifts, stalk. Breathe in. Find the balance as soon as you're ready. Standing pigeon. So it should be a bit of a stretch in your left glute. Sit down. Hands to heart center. Take it further. Take your time here. Few breaths. Find your focus point. Find your drishti. Take it further if you can. Maybe a little bit further than before. Otherwise, stay up with me. See from the back. If your back is straight, see where the stretch is, where you want to be. And then breathe into your stalk again. Stand up. Take your time. No rush. No rush. Think about your pistol squat. Think how you want to have a go with that. I'm straightening the left leg. Sink it as far as you can. It might be a half squat and you want to come back up. You might want the left leg down once you're on the bottom. You might be able to stand back up and find that stalk pose. No rush. Find it in your own time. Lovely, guys. Push it back. Warrior 3. Arms by your side. Back chain is working. Interlacing the fingers above the hips if you want. And open up the chest. Leave those hands high if you can. Make sure the left heel stays high. Hips are level. The heart is still pointing forward. Start lunging back. Take it as slow as you can. Once you're there, open the heart up one last time. And then breathe in as you reach up, crescent lunge. Pivot the back heel down, warrior 2. Find a stance. Right leg is in the front, left leg is in the back.
Side angle. Breathe in first. Reverse the warrior. Reach nice and high with the right fingertips. And an elbow on the knee or the right fingertips on the inside of the right foot. Left bicep to ear. Just feel that pivot, that twist in the left shoulder, how it's trying to go up to the ceiling. And if you want that bind, I'm sinking the shoulder. I'm reaching under the hamstrings. I'm reaching behind me, finding the bind. But once you're there, make sure you're pivoting that left shoulder up again. Bend the right knee even more. It's burning in the thighs. Keep turning the left shoulder up and hold it for 3, 2. I'm releasing back into the side angle. So right fingertips down, left arm up. Hold it for 1 more breath. And an easy twist, left hand down. Lift the left heel, reach that right arm up. Keep dropping the hip. Find a straight line between the 2 heels of the hands. And then if you want to drop down the back knee, I'm dropping the right knee out slightly so I can drop the hip. And then reach back to that left foot. Maybe bring that heel onto the bum for a quad stretch. Very careful on the knee here. Keep dropping the knee. Keep pivoting right shoulder up to the ceiling. And hold it for 3, 2, and 1. Release it off. Back into your easy twist. Right hand on the outside of the right foot. Reach up nice and high with that right leg, 3-legged dog. Once you're there, walk that hand a little bit closer to the foot. You need a little bit shorter stance. And then think about pressing that right knee past the right elbow. Take a big breath in, round your back, lift that left heel, it helps. Start bending that knee, push it past. See how far it goes up to the groin. And then place your left rib cage onto the left elbow. And then see if you can take the weight into your wrists. And then once you've done it, land that back foot, push back up. Push that right leg up 1 more time. And then find a downward dog, right leg down. Well done, guys. And I'm lengthening the downward dog. Flush it out 1 more time. Breathe in as you ripple forward. Breathe out, sink down. You can always leave out this breath. Breathing cobra. And then the downward dog. Hold it. Making your way to the front of the mat, kicking the heels to the bum. Landing right straight away. Now have a little think about something. If you've got that crawl, the headstand, you can come back into your crawl. Think about jumping back into your chaturanga. You can do them in stages. If you're not sure, just watch for a sec, bear with me. So I've got crawl, I've got the headstand. Can you imagine I've gone through that? I won't take the time. Come back into the crawl. And this is the hard part for me. If you can find a balance, tight tummy, and jump back into your chaturanga. And then go through the upward dog into the downward dog. Otherwise, I'm coming to the middle and I'm just playing with the crawl and possibly the headstand. Guys, have a little play with that. You can, if you want to with me, you can always have a little go with the crawl pose. And then thinking about just jumping back onto your stomach without smashing your face too much. And then going through your upward dog, downward dog. Guys, take a few seconds here. Have a little play with that. Let me just watch you. That's the one. That's the one, guys. Listen, if you end up on your stomach, can I just put the mic on for a sec? Because that's the fun part. Let's face it. I'll tell you what I did at the beginning. I had to smash my face in the nicest possible way, which I think is okay, because that's where I started to progress. Otherwise, I kept doing that. Oh, no, not that, sorry. Straight arms. And that wasn't enough for me. So I'd rather you jump back onto your stomach, because you take a long jump back. Otherwise, the jump is way too short if you're here. I'd rather you ended up on your front in a long jump. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to have another go? You don't have to, you can just practice your headstand separately.
But what's the first bit? You just start like
So
that.
the first bit was the crawl and the headstand. I think for me, coming back from a headstand into a crawl is hard. So I would just practice wide stance, triceps on the inside of the knee, spread the fingertips, round the back, lift the heels, and I'm looking forward, but I'm keeping that rounded back and slowly, maybe one leg at a time, or maybe two.
I'm all over it. I'm all over it.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the one. That's the one. So that's basically, I think, it's 3 parts. There you go. There you go. Oh, it's happening. It's happening. Hang on, guys. It's happening. Well. Is that okay, everyone? Sorry, I think that's the fun part. We're going to go back to this stretch. Hang on. Yeah, we tried. And we're not bleeding, so I think it's always good. I mean, there's always applause.
Look at that. It's hard work.
Right. Oh, sorry. Unmute you again. Sorry, what was that?
So it's blooming hard work, that.
That's why I'm out of breath. You understand. Right, guys, can we come back into that forward fold again, feet hip distance, and just hold it here for a few breaths. Bend your knees as much as you need to, and feel that stretch on in the hamstrings. Think about straight back as much as possible, and bend the knees. Right from here, round your back, and then come up very slowly. Take a big breath in on the top. Breathe out, hands to heart center. We're just going to go onto our backs. So I'm going to sit down again. Sit down however you wish. You can always help play with the mobility in your calves and ankles, or just hands down behind you. And as soon as you're there, one more boat pose just for fun. Hinge back, scoop the tummy, lift up, maybe straighten it. And just hold it here. If it hurts your back, feet down is absolutely fine. If you want to have a little play with your hamstring flexibility again, mainly if you're quite flexible anyway, just grab those calves and then pull that leg close so you have to straighten your back a bit more. So practically you're sitting on your tailbone and balancing, and it's going to come from the tummy. So keep sucking the belly button into your lower back. And then once you're there, just release it off. And then roll it down onto the back, bending the knees straight away, hands down by your side. Opening the hips, lift the hips up in the air. Lower it down a few times. Breathe in as you lift. Breathe out as you come down. We're just going to open the hips again. We come up, we stay up. Clench the bum on the top. I'm dropping the belly button, lifting the pubic bone. Neck is long, chin is off your chest, and if you want to tug the shoulder blades under, interlacing the fingers under the hips, opening the chest first, chin is off your chest, your neck should be nice and long. Now think about the muscles a little bit in your hamstrings and your glutes. There is no arching in the lower back. You should feel something working in the hamstrings, back of your thighs and the glutes. And if you think you've got that, you have the option to reach the arms, the fingertips under your shoulders, one by one, and then lift up into your full wheel position. Make sure yours is better than mine. And then try and straighten your arms on the top. And if it's too much pressure on your lower back, just interlace the fingers and just open the chest with the previous position. And hold it here for 3, 2, and then bring the shoulder blades out from underneath you. Roll your bum down. Tug the knees into your chest. Roll your back out. And hamstring stretch. Sending left leg long. Right leg up. Grabbing the back of my right thigh. Start pulling that thigh towards you. Play with the foot, because by loosening your calf,
you should be able to take that hamstring stretch further. So point the toes, drop the toes. Really feel the back of your shin, your calf muscles here as you drop the toes. And then relax. Relax that foot. Bring the thigh towards you a bit more. If you want to crunch up to it, it might help. And then maybe reach further up on the calf. You might have the big toe pose already, the peace fingers around the big toe. And a big breath in as you breathe out, bring that leg down with you. And hold that stretch. You can close your eyes here. Make sure you can relax your head and shoulders down. So if you need to reach a bit further down on the thighs, absolutely fine. As long as you feel the stretch in the back of your thigh, hamstrings, you're there. And slowly bend that leg. Put the heel across your left thigh. Pull the left thigh towards you. A glute stretch here before we finish it off. We still have the other side to do. Make sure you can feel it in your right hip. Slowly release it off. Right leg goes long, left leg goes up, starting with the hamstrings. Dropping the foot, pointing the toes up a few times to loosen your calf. That will help with that hamstring stretch. And then relax your foot, see where it wants to be. Pull the thigh in. Maybe crunch up if it helps. You might be able to reach a bit higher on the calf or big toe joint if you want to grab it. Sorry, big toe pose I meant to say. And then relax the head and shoulders back down. And pull that thigh closer to you. And then a glute stretch as you're bending the left knee. Heel across the right thigh. Pull the right thigh in. Again, find a glute stretch where you feel your left hip, your left glute stretching. And then release out of it, tuck the knees into your chest one more time, rock your back out. And then roll onto your side and come into a seated position. Finish it with the neck. Make sure your legs, your back is comfortable. Roll the shoulders back a couple of times. And then lift the chin, big breath in. Chin down. Roll the head around one way whilst you're breathing. And then roll the head the other way. Hi Katie, almost there, I promise. And look forwards. And a quick finish. Take a big breath in. Breathe out, hands to heart center. And namaste. Thank you very much, everyone. Let me put the mic on. Hi, Katie. Sorry about the delay. Hi, everyone. How are we doing?
Thanks, dear.
Everyone okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, dear. That was great.
Enjoy your evening. I might see you on Thursday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Thanks, dear. Love.